turkeys for $40, whole Boston butts for $30, and baby back ribs for $18. Pulled pork $8.50 a pound, and brisket $11 a pound. You can even order cornbread dressing, barbecue beans, slaw, potato salad, and mac and cheese. Check prices on their Facebook page. Deadline for orders is November 13th. Big John's Barbecue, making Thanksgiving easy and delicious. Remember, they're now serving up the food at the Elks Lodge in Princeton. Find out all the details on their Facebook page. Big John's Barbecue.
We've all heard the phrase, service above self, or servant's heart. There are some that actually live by this. We call these folks hometown heroes. Nominate your hometown hero by going to WPKYonline.com and clicking on Hometown Hero. They just may be recognized as the Hometown Hero of the Month. If this community is as important to you as it is to us, we invite you to join us weekdays for our WPKY local newscast at 6:30, 7:30, noon, and 5. 20 newscasts a week means we're committed to keeping you informed on local events. You can also find news when you want it at WPKYonline.com. Thanks for listening to 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Shop local, buy local, save big deals.
It's here. The Loyal Listener Big Deal Store is online and waiting for you to shop and buy gift certificates to local businesses. Go to WPKYonline.com. Click on Loyal Listener Big Deals. Here you'll find dozens and dozens of gift certificates. Some you'll even be able to redeem from your smartphone. Shop and buy 24 hours a day and save a ton of money in the process. Save on oil changes, dining out, haircuts, car washes, and more. Our store never closes, but you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last.
The WPKY Saturday Morning Quarterback Show is on the air on 1580 103.3 WPKY and WPKYonline.com. Time to take a look back at last night's Caldwell County game with the coaches and, of course, your host, Bob Hayes.
Good morning, Tiger fans, and welcome to the Saturday Morning Quarterback Show. With me in the studio this morning is Tiger head coach Wayne McGowan. And what a night it was in Cadiz, Kentucky last night as the Tigers won in a shootout over the Trigg County Wildcats 56-54. The ability to make extra points proved huge in the ball game. The Tigers, with last night's victory, finished the regular season at 8-2, a remarkable accomplishment for the team and coaching staff. I'll be back with Coach McGowan to discuss the first half of last night's game after these messages.
This is David Harden of U-Ride in Princeton, and we want your business.
This is Christy.
And this is Casey.
And we'd love to help put you in a good pre-owned vehicle. We offer on-the-lot financing, too. Good credit or credit problems, we can help. U-Ride is a proud sponsor of the Sideline Report, heard every Thursday on your hometown radio station, WPKY 103.3 FM. Just ask David about the U-Ride deal of the week and take a test drive. U-Ride on the Marion Road in Princeton. Call 270-365-3018.
The Planters Bank Season of Giving is a tradition that grows each year. To date, $85,000 has gone to local and area nonprofit organizations. Purchase items from any branch, and the proceeds will go to that Season of Giving nonprofit agency supported by that branch. Visit Planters Bank Facebook page for more details. Stop by, do some Christmas shopping, and support local and area charities through Planters Bank Season of Giving.
This is Megan with Brantley Furniture. My family has been in the furniture business for many years in the heart of historic downtown Princeton. We invite you to come shop with us for all your home furniture and decor needs. We always have a large selection of living room, dining, bedroom furniture. We also carry fantastic accent pieces, accessories, baby furniture, and mattresses. We love helping our customers, so come see us at Brantley Furniture in Princeton. Keep up with us on Facebook for weekly updates.
Fall is the beginning of flu season. Protect yourself with a flu vaccine at the Health First Community Health Center. It is your best shot at stopping the flu from getting to you. With same-day appointments and walk-ins welcome, they make it easy to arm yourself against infection. Contact the Health First Community Health Center office toll-free at 1-877-667-7017 or visit one of their 7 locations for all your healthcare needs. At Health First, your health is our first concern. That's Health First Community Health Center.
Howdy, folks. Right now, come into KFC and get a free chocolate cake with a 10-piece meal. It's free. It's free chocolate cake. How else can I say it? It's a whole chocolate cake that you don't pay any additional money for. See, that's the arrangement. I don't know how else to explain this. You buy a 10-piece bucket meal. I slide an actual chocolate cake made of real actual cake across the counter. You take it, and we both go our merry ways. So come on down to KFC. Get your free cake today. It's finger-licking good. Offer excludes 12-piece tenders meal, limited time only, participating locations.
It's all at your fingertips now at WPKYOnline.com. Local video, local news, local sports, local weather information, and of course, contests. Plus, you can listen to us on your smart device. Just click the Listen Now button. We've made it easier to find your favorite information. WPKYOnline.com.
The Saturday Morning Quarterback Show continues on WPKY. Here's your host, Bob Hayes.
And welcome back to the show. Last night, Wayne, we had to go through another senior night where probably they didn't go end zone to end zone like Murray High did, but I noticed you didn't bring your players out to warm up simply because of you didn't want to have to take them off, get them hot, and get them cold again. Or
yeah, exactly. And we just came out of the locker room there and just got on their little practice field right there and just warmed up over there. You know, really, it would have been just a lot of traveling back and forth had we gone to the field for 20 minutes, do whatever, then go off the field, then come back to the field. So we just kind of make a stop there on the practice field, and you know, I told the guys we'll warm up here and get ready to roll, and just enter the main field about a quarter till or whatever we came in and get ready to play.
Well, we thought, and it took them 30 minutes to get those seniors, and it introduced a lot longer than they did in Murray, but. You know, obviously we knew that was entering into your decision not have them on the field, but obviously Trigg County came out fired up last night.
Oh, they most certainly did, and there again, it's the Caldwell-Trigg rivalry and the bowl deal, the 139 bowl deal, and all that. So we knew we was probably going to get their best punch, and they definitely were up last night and ready to play.
We get right into the highlights last night here in the first quarter. The Tigers win the opening toss and elect to defer, which was huge, as we'll see here as we start the second half. Trigg gets the kickoff, and they began a 17-play drive, which took up probably just about half of the first quarter before we even touched the football. And that drive results in a 2-yard touchdown run by Cam Jordan. Midway through that drive, it was apparent to me that maybe Trigg had fumbled somewhere in that drive, and we heard later maybe the official, instead of throwing his beanbag, he threw a flag or something like that. We didn't know what was going on there, but obviously that was not the case. There was no fumble. Trigg picked up several yards through the air. They came out throwing more often than in the first couple drives, and we were led to believe they would do that.
Right.
You were surprised by that, Wayne?
Yeah, somewhat. There again, we knew they had the ability to throw the ball with the Jordan kid at quarterback, and they have a handful of guys who catch the ball pretty well, and that was just their approach, I guess, to last night's game was to come out and throw it around a little bit, and they had success with it.
One of the things that we noticed early on last night, and we have come to expect this when we travel around, there are only 5 officials on the field last night, where when you're playing here at Caldwell, we have 7, pay those extra 2 guys. And to me, it's more beneficial to have 7 on the field than 5.
Yeah, I think so, because, you have a couple extra set of eyes out there, and, guys are honed in on an area, and, when you have a 5-man crew, they're going to miss some of that stuff. They're going to miss some of that stuff. Case in point, last night we got cut on a kickoff. One Trigg's kid cut our kid, and, I was talking to the referee, and I was like, how's that happen? And his question to me was, do you know where I was? I said, no, I don't know where you was. I said, you need to get up there and, get up into the play because we got cut on kickoff. And, just kind of going back to the 7 versus the 5, I definitely like the 7-man crew better. At least to give you some confidence that things are going to be seen and called.
And then obviously, since we're in the playoffs now, we'll have 7 for the rest of as long as our season continues. We'll have 7. You're right. 2 extra pair of eyes would have had a remarkable. I thought later on in the game, maybe in that first quarter, we were interfered with on a pass play that never was called. Looked like our kid was jerked down. I think it was on maybe our first drive or second drive of the game. We'll get into that here shortly. But again, Trigg misses the extra point last night, which was huge for them all night long. They had trouble chasing points after the touchdown, so they go and miss the extra point. They lead at this point 6-0 over the Tigers. And one thing we noticed early on last night, the receivers for Trigg County were running nice routes, making good cuts, catching the ball and picking up yards after contact. Right. And I didn't think Jordan was that accurate a passer, but he proved to be fairly accurate last night.
Oh, yeah, he most certainly did. Just give him credit. He threw it around really well last night and, found his guys, found open guys. The thing with that is we had some pressure on him somewhat, but he was pretty poised last night and stayed in that pocket and delivered the ball. And like you said, those kids looked that ball in last night and tucked it away and got yards after catches, and they did a pretty good job in the pass game there.
Normally the kind of game they play last night results in a win, but obviously we're happy they did not get that win last night. So Caldwell then gets the kickoff at R36, and we get a 19-yard completion to Barron Wells to start out with, and then a 20-yard pass completion to Logan Smiley. Both those plays were passes into the flat over on your side, Wayne. It looked like there was no defender over there at all on both those catches. These kids caught it and really got 15 yards upfield before they even had a shot at being tackled. You all see that on film?
Yeah, just something you just kind of see, watching the film there, kind of find a weak spot in the zone. We play zone defense, you're going to have holes and weak spots, so we just kind of, we were able to exploit that thing early and, make two big plays right there.
It really looked like the same play with two different receivers.
Yeah, it's pretty much similar spots almost.
Exactly. And we know that Derek had been ill and had been at school on Wednesday and Thursday, and we didn't know whether he had practiced Thursday afternoon or not, but obviously we were checking to see if uniform number 4 was on the field, and it was. But coming back from his sickness, he then has a 12-yard run on his first carry of the night, and goodness gracious, what he was to roll up last night was just astounding on the ground.
Oh, yeah, it really was. Considering, most of the week he was in bed probably, and he came to school Wednesday and kind of just, I don't know, kind of looked like a walking zombie. I mean, he looked thin and tired, and but, he got himself up and came to school Thursday, and Thursday pregame practice. He ran around a little bit. He didn't practice the whole practice, but he ran a handful of plays and just kind of got out there with the guys and but
kind of got the rust off a little
bit. He did. He knocked the rust off a little, and last night's remarkable performance by him was a thing of beauty.
He gets us down close, and then on the next play, Russ hooks up with Tate Van Hoosier on an 18-yard touchdown pass, and it looked like that when Russ threw the ball, the Trigg County defender had no idea where the ball was. Tate obviously knew where it was, and simple matter of just catching it, which he did, gets us in the end zone. And the first of 8 extra points last night was added by Blake Vivrette, and Caldwell then takes the lead over Trigg County 7-6. On Trigg's second possession, they get a nice kickoff return. It may be a touchdown-saving tackle by Kenyon Richardson on that play.
Yeah, that was big. Momentum swing could have been, in their favor. You kick the ensuing kickoff, take it to the house.
I think that gives you more momentum than maybe what they later did.
I would say so.
4 or 5 plays they get in the end zone, but that kickoff return it gets the juices going.
It does.
So Kenyon keeps Trigg out of the end zone on that particular play. However, Trigg then takes over, starts at the Tiger 25, and they score in 5 plays with Visengardi making a nice catch in the end zone. They go for 2 points, making up for the one they didn't get on the first touchdown, and they make it. At this point in the game, Trigg leads 14-7 over the Tigers. Tigers' second possession, we get a long kickoff return from Barron Wells on that, again, going down your sideline, and We thought maybe in probably the last 20 yards of that run, like he did in Murray, he had people hitting him and bouncing off of him, and I thought, maybe, well, he's going to get this all the way to the goal line, but came up a little short on that.
Yeah.
So we start at the Trigg County 23, a pass on third down, and here we could not score on third down. A third down pass to Barron Wells goes incomplete, and we thought he was jerked down either by his jersey or by a horse collar, but no flag on the play. I mean, you could see the ball in the air hitting to him, and the next thing you see him down on the ground.
Right.
I don't know whether you said anything to the official at that point in the game or what, but you. But
sometimes it's not even worth saying things to them.
And again, happening down there pretty close to where you were, Wayne. But
interesting.
Even though that's not called, we on the next play, Russ throws and we're intercepted in the end zone or down close. Trigg County. Then with the interception, they're deep in their territory and start their next drive at 17, but they go 3 and out after a penalty on them with the first play. They punt. Tigers take over at the Trigg 37, and on first down, Derek picks up 1 yard and 2 carries, and on 1 yard each on 2 carries, and Barron catches a pass of 18 yards from Russ to the Trigg 9 or 10, somewhere between the two, and Russ does the next on a nice scamper into the end zone. Great blocking on the outside.
Yeah,
when he ran outside and we ran outside, we had some outstanding blocking last night.
We sure did. There again, we just thought we could kind of get to their edges a little bit, whether it was Russ running or Derek or Smiley or whomever. And our outside receivers did a really good job of stalk blocking, and we were able to reach the edge and get those guys caught up inside so we can get outside.
And Blake again adds the extra point, and we're tied here 14-14. And at this point in the game is taking shape in my mind that Russ is running the ball really well when he does run it. The old line blocking really well. Derek is up to his old habits and ground gaining, and we were able to make a catch in the end zone on a touchdown pass. So everything coming together for the Tigers, and we're tied now 14-14. Trigg on the next kickoff, they start their play at their 35. They pick up 1 first down and have to punt, with the Tigers taking over at the Tiger 15-yard line. One of those plays in there was a big sack by Elijah Shaheen on Cameron Jordan, resulting in a 10-yard loss. And obviously that helped set up Trigg's first punt of the game. We punted once last night. Trigg punted 3, so it was a show of offensive strength for both teams.
Yes, it was.
So the Tigers have it on our 15-yard line, and we go 85 yards in 7 plays, starting with a Russ Bashir pass completion of 14 yards to Logan Smiley. Nice catching last night by Logan, and really hard running after all 3 of his catches last night. And then Russ runs on consecutive plays 11 yards and 10 yards. And Trigg at this time was favoring Derek. Fake to Derek, gets him wide open up the seam for these 10, 11-yard gains. And then it's the Derek show. On the next 4 carries, he goes 15 yards, 5 yards, 20 yards, and finally 10 yards for the touchdown. And I knew by then he was feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, he's probably running on adrenaline, I'm sure. There again, he wasn't physically 100% last night, but, there again, you just get in the game and, you're starting to make plays and making positive plays. We're moving the ball, and, he just started feeling it. And those 5 guys up front, they say, hey, this guy's been out all week, and here he is tonight running really hard. So, those guys continue to work really well up front and give them an opportunity to get around the edges or up inside, either way.
I was hoping y'all had one of these big, heavy-duty flannel things that you could throw on him on the sidelines when he came off, so he wouldn't sweat and get cold and get sick, if you will.
Well, sometimes he would sit down on the bench, and sometimes he'd just be standing up cheering, So, he was into the game, and, whether or not he felt great or not, he was still there, and he was still, encouraging kids and, was making plays on the field.
And on this drive, we felt like Russ had introduced to Trigg County. He was capable of running the ball, and they couldn't key
Right.
2 people, 3 people on Derek. Blake again adds the extra point. The Tigers lead 21-14 now. Trigg County in their 5th possession. We had a lot of possessions last night, Wayne. So we might have to hustle through this show here. We're doing all right. So Trigg gets the kickoff at their 46, and they score in 9 plays. 3 big passing plays of 31, 12, and 10 yards by Cam Jordan. I think the 3 different receivers on that particular drive, and at this point in the game, Jordan was 11 for 18. He probably had never thrown 18 passes this year at any one game at all. And we still were barely into the second quarter when he did that. And ultimately he would end up throwing, I think, 38 times last night. So obviously their game plan was to put in there because we stopped them pretty well on the ground game except when they scrambled. Picked up a lot of their yards, 2/3 of the yards when plays went bust.
Right.
So, again, they score, and the extra point is no good. This time on the kick, it went wide left. So Caldwell County clinging to a 1-point lead now, 21-20. Our 5th drive of the first half, we get the kickoff and get to run 3 plays until it's halftime. On one of those plays, we hit Derek. Russ hits Derek with a 25-yard pass completion, but we couldn't get anything done on the next play, and the first half ends. So that's the end of the first half. Caldwell County up 21-20 over Trigg, and we'll be back with Coach McGowan to talk about his halftime message and the second half after these commercial messages.
WPKY.
Mom, I think this doll I found in the attic is cursed.
No, its eyes are just very lifelike.
Then why does its head keep spinning?
Be my friend forever.
Oh, that is scary.
You know what's really scary? Missing out on Geico's easy-to-use mobile app. You can manage your Geico policy whenever, wherever.
Let's play with another doll. Or we can just bury it deep in the ground.
Happy Geico-ween. Download the industry-leading Geico app today.
You work hard and you play hard, and let's face it, sometimes it hurts. So stick it to the pain with the Tiger Balm Pain Relieving Patch. It's convenient to apply, and the hydrogel technology sends Tiger Balm's proven pain relief right to your aches and pains. It's soothing, safe, and long-lasting. Made from a blend of herbal ingredients, Tiger Balm is trusted pain relief for everyone. So whatever your age or lifestyle, roar back with Tiger Balm. It works where it hurts. Available at stores everywhere.
WPKY.
We're glad you're listening. We're 1580, 103.3 WPKY. Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
A kind of chilly but otherwise beautiful fall day in forecast for today. Sunny with highs reaching near 51. Might still want to keep that jacket close at hand though, as it could be a little breezy today. Mostly clear tonight with overnight lows around 29, so well below freezing. Might want to grab a thicker coat if you're going to be out and about tonight. Sunshine on Sunday as well with highs reaching near 54. Clear overnight Sunday night with lows down around 35. Sunny with highs almost reaching near 60 on Monday. But again for today, sunny with highs near 51.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Jeff Russo, attorney at law.
Well, we've come to the end of the election season. There's a race on your ballot you may not have heard of for Kentucky Supreme Court. This November, you can put a true constitutional conservative on the high court. His name is Whitney Westerfield, a leader who stands up for the law and traditional family values. Whitney Westerfield is a true conservative champion. If you like the judges President Trump has appointed, like Neil Gorsuch and Brett Kavanaugh, you are going to love Whitney Westerfield. He will uphold the Constitution and oppose liberals who legislate from the bench. This is a pretty simple vote. Whitney Westerfield has been a faithful conservative and Republican member of the state Senate. His opponent? Well, his appearances at Democratic Party events make us wonder just how liberal he really is. For Kentucky's Supreme Court, keep it simple. If you like Trump's judges, vote for Whitney Westerfield. He's just like him. Paid for by Republican State Leadership Committee, Judicial Fairness Initiative.
There's an advantage in being the home team. You know who Emma Talley, Jake Lewis, and Pat Gates are. You've seen the wall around Butler Stadium and have heard of the Caldwell Crazies. Trice Hughes, we're your home team. Here's our home team deal of the week.
2018 Cruise Premier, 24,000 miles, NADA retail $17,625. Trice price $15,900.
Get this home team deal of the week at Trice Hughes. Find us on Highway 91 North, Princeton, or tricehughes.com.
Get spruced up with quality mulch from Bashir Sawmill on Dawson Road in Princeton. We all know that buying mulch by the truckload saves money, and it's only $25 per load for dark natural mulch at Bashir Sawmill on Dawson Road, 1/2 mile past City County Park. Bashir Sawmill also buys standing timber and timberland. Give them a call today, 270-365-2330. That's Bashir Sawmill, family owned and operated in Princeton for over 50 years.
Dunks Used Tires and Wheels, where the customer is always number one. So when life's throwing you a number two, just remember, Dunks Tires and Wheels, because we'll be here for you. We sell used custom wheels and tires and do plug and patch repair. We have all tread styles and sizes in stock. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5, and on call for emergencies. Call 270-963-6391. Dunks Used Tires and Wheels, where the customer is always number one.
Are you overwhelmed with decisions when it comes to building a new home? When it comes to heating and air, do you know your fuel and energy efficiency options? The different types of HVAC systems, manufacturer and dealer warranties, indoor filtration options. McGregor Group has over 30 years of industry experience and can help you simplify your heating and air conditioning decisions on new builds. Don't just settle. Be informed. Call the experts at McGregor Group today.
This Sunday, another road trip for the Titans to Charlotte to play the Carolina Panthers. The award-winning Titans countdown's on the air at 11. Kickoff is set for noon with the voice of the Titans, Mike Keith, and the head coach of Titans Radio, Dave McGinnis. Titans and Panthers.
106.5 WKDZ.
The Saturday Morning Quarterback Show continues on WPKY. Here's your host, Bob Hayes.
And welcome back to the show. Wayne, what was the message that we sent to our players last night at halftime? A close game, 21-20.
There were several messages, actually. For me personally, it was one of those deals where, we were in a dogfight of a game, and we were doing things to allow it to be a dogfight of a game, I felt. I know what we're capable of, and, we were out there and just allowing them to do things, and we weren't doing things, wasn't tackling well, didn't cover well. If defensively, I'm kind of thinking, if we were supposed to come off the edge as a blitzer, we wouldn't come off the edge for some reason. I don't know why. So just things like that, which kind of aggravates you. We've trained and done these things all year. That was pretty much the message that was sent to them. And, effort-wise, at times it didn't seem like our effort was what we accustomed to seeing and being able to go out and make some plays. And but there again, I told them the positive thing was we were up a point and we were getting ready to get the ball back, start third quarter. So that was some positives we kind of drew out of that first half.
Right, and I think that's the standard you do. You go over the mistakes, and then you pump them up the last 5 minutes of halftime before they go out there. And we noticed in the booth that we were solid in stopping the run when they ran the ball. Mm-hmm. Now, when they scrambled,
we lost
didn't do so
contain,
well.
Yeah.
Lost contain
and didn't tackle well. Just didn't tackle well.
And that was the other thing we saw last night. They had a lot of yards after contact. We couldn't wrap them up and get them down quick, squirmy. We thought maybe they'd put some oil on their uniforms.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, those kids
black oil looks good on black uniform.
Right into that black uniform, I know, right?
We also knew that by Russ's running last night was opening up De'Eric a little bit more for him to pick up his yards. And then the other thing, Trick County was throwing the ball more than we expected and having success at it. So we probably knew we were going to get continue to get a heavy dose of Trick County passing in the second half.
Yeah, that was a good plan for them.
But, again, coming out by deferring at the start of the game, we get the kickoff to start the third quarter. Trigg County had been kicking short all night long last night, and of course, a couple times we had to fall on it because the ball was rolling around on the ground, which was obviously the proper thing to do. But last night, on their kickoff start second half, it came right to Ben Holt, and so why not run upfield with it? And Ben picked up easy 10, 15 yards on that, and so we were able to get it to the Trigg 47 to start our possession. And again, we love these one-play drives, Laney. First play from scrimmage, DeEric goes 53 yards for the touchdown. Again, great blocking. I had that underlined here by the offensive line, and he just makes it look effortless.
Yeah, he did. Pumped up. We were ready to come out and play. That was a good sign to come out and. I didn't expect him to go to the house right off the bat, but, hey, we like it. We
didn't turn it down, did we?
No, we like it. So let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. And, great play right after the start of that third quarter, and good positive play coming out.
I don't know what play that was, but it looked like if that was the play he ran, we maybe ran it fairly successful all night long.
We're probably just running a little zone play. It's just a little inside zone play, and the thing about that play is you want the defense to really flow, and sometimes the cutback is there. Sometimes you hit it in the A gap where it's designed to go. Sometimes you cut it all the way back. So we were able to set some things up, and with him running, and once he takes off, I'm sure a lot of eyes are on him and they're chasing him. He cuts that thing back, nobody's home, so he's wide open.
Well, Blake adds the extra point again, and we're leading here at this point, one play into the second half, 28-20 over Trigg. Trigg on their first possession, second half, get the ball and start at their 20-yard line, and they go 80 yards in 9 plays, mostly through the air. Jordan does scramble one time on that drive, running 23 yards into the end zone. I thought we had him nailed, but he just makes that little slide step and steps away from you, and he had pretty much wide open sailing after we missed that tackle.
He did.
And Trigg goes for the 2-point conversion. They make it, but they still trail. No, they missed the extra point on this one. They now trail by 2 points. Caldwell County leading 28-26 over Trigg. Tigers' second possession of the second half, and again, we're moving through this. We had 6 touchdowns in the first half. We have 10 in the second half. So we got a few more possessions here. So Caldwell's second possession, we get a nice kickoff return again. One of these plays where it goes to Tate Van Hoosier, and he why not run it upfield? So we get to the Tiger 45-yard line on this particular kickoff return, but we go 3 and out. And Tripp gets off a nice 33-yard punt to the Trigg 20-yard line. Trigg's second possession, and these maybe were the only back-to-back possessions last night that nobody scored. Trigg can't move. They go 3 and out, and they punt to the Tiger 43-yard line. Tigers taking over. We only need 2 plays to score. DeEric gets it started with a 14-yard run, and then Russ Bashir hits Tripp out in the flat on your side of the field again. Wayne, he looks like he bobbles a little bit, a little juggle, but after he latches onto it, gets the corner turn, and like a jet going down that sideline. We were amazed at the speed he covered that 43 yards in.
Yeah, he zipped on down there pretty good. Ran screen right there and got him up inside, and there again, outside on the perimeter, the blocking was pretty solid, and the O-line came swinging down through there and picked some people off, and I think he did bobble that ball, and I think instantly, he had it just in one hand at one point. Then he finally got that thing tucked away and then zipped on down the sideline.
And I know that Russ later in the game would throw a second interception, but it didn't look like Trigg had a safety over on that side of the field. We got past that one guy. Yeah. Somebody did rotate over toward the goal line, but couldn't get to him in time. But we'll talk about Russ's second interception here later on. But we go up, make the extra point. Caldwell County leading now 35-26. Trigg, their third possession, they take it at their 25-yard line, and Jordan hits Keon Thompson right over the middle, and he runs away from people. I thought we had him around midfield, but we couldn't bring him down. A lot of yards after contact on that play, goes 75 yards to the end zone. this time the 2-point conversion was good, and it's 35-34, and you're thinking what on the sideline at this time?
Yeah, I think
back and forth.
Yeah. Here we go. Came to a football game, and a tennis match broke out, just back and forth, and the track meet, and it all bundled up in one last night.
We were thinking in the booth, we came to a football game, and a basketball game broke out. Right? So the Tigers' fourth possession last night, again, Trigg had an onside kick on this particular next play, and we were marveled at how they ran their onside kick last night. We recover it. They never could get on one of the onside kicks that they did last night. We take over at the Tiger 44-yard line. Derek goes 6 yards, followed by a 23-yard run by Russ Bashir. Russ got outside the end on that play, and great blocking again.
Right, it was.
Barron has a 21-yard completion from Russ in this drive. And finally, in 5 plays, we score on a 4-yard run by Russ, stepping around right into the end zone. Another time where I don't think he was touched at all on his touchdown run. But the 4 yards and the Blake extra point here puts us up 42-34. Trigg, fourth possession of the second half. They start their next drive at the 35. First play was a long pass completion of 40 yards that looked like it was a joint effort by Max Ashley and the Trigg receiver. Both of them had joint possession, but when they got down to the ground and rolled around, to me it looked like Max had that ball secured, and you can't. You have to let that play finish out before you
make the decision.
There's no joint possession at the end of that catch.
Right.
In my
Coach McClung, those guys, you guys probably had the best
right
view
there
of
in front of it.
Coach McClung said he thought Trigg Kid had it initially, but Max wrestled it away from him, and we had it. He thought, and I just knew. I just knew that the deal with that was, we probably weren't going to get that ball.
When they stood over there for 15, 20 seconds, two officials did.
I knew it wasn't good.
We had rolled over on the ground and had possession of the football.
Right.
I felt like we weren't going to get the call.
Right. And I like, once I watched the film closely, I hope it's on there real good. I like to see the position of those refs to see, were you even there to make a good call or not? Did you even see the play?
They were running down the field. I know at least one of them was. The other one came from the middle over there. But obviously we don't get we don't get the break on that. They rule in favor of Trigg County in this position, in this particular spot on the field. The Trigg County would be stopped on. This is a key play because we're just ending the third quarter and we go down to the other end of the field. We stopped Jordan on a key fourth down play where it was like 4th and 1.5, 4th and 2. Yeah. And all night long, I probably would have lost a bet our ability to stop him on that play. But we do stop him, and the Tigers take possession at our 19-yard line. And here's where it really becomes electric. First play from scrimmage, Derek goes around left end, and I don't think he got touched.
Wasn't much.
He was in the clear by the time he got to your spot on the sideline. Takes it 81 yards to pay dirt, and you have to credit the blocking on that outside on that outside
those
run.
Guys up front, those 5 guys up front, they were getting on people and covering them up. Getting to the second level, obviously, in order for him to get through there and being untouched and, taking those long runs to the house.
Blake adds the extra point again. Caldwell County now 49-34 over Trigg. Trigg gets the kickoff, began their next drive at the 38-yard line, and in 8 plays they score again on a 1-yard Cam Jordan run. On that particular series of play, it looks like that maybe the officials lost a down on that series because we had they had a 5-yard gain, and I think then we had an inadvertent face mask called on us. They moved the ball up at the end of that play, but they give them the down over
back.
and don't move us back on that.
Yeah.
And they still call it second down. Where in my mind it should have been third down.
True.
Maybe you can pick up on the film of that
and
shoot the commissioner a little short note about that. You guys have to know what down it is if you're going to call a penalty.
Exactly.
Know what the scope of the situation is. But again, they overcame. We couldn't overcome that. So Jordan gets another 1-yard run for a touchdown. The 2-point attempt here was no good. Caldwell County leading 2-possession game now, 49-40 over Trigg. Our 6th possession of the second half, we recover an onside kick, another well-executed onside kick by Trigg, but they don't get the ball, and we have a 15-yard penalty on that particular play against Trigg County. And so we begin play at the Trigg 39, but on third down, Russ is intercepted. And I'm not sure whether we had a receiver supposed to be in that area, but it looked like the only players in that area were the Trigg receivers.
Yeah, Barron came down the sideline there, and initially it was there. The safety for Trigg, he ended up just kind of creeping over there late, I think, and, snuck in there and then jumped up and got the interception.
It looked like whoever he was throwing to, we had that guy beaten, but the safety slid over there.
Yeah, the safety kind of came over the top.
Had a jump
late.
Ball situation.
Kind of late, yeah.
If he doesn't make that, I almost think Barron makes that catch.
Oh, yeah, that's the pay dirt there. Like you said, the guy was beat. The corner was beat. Safety just slid over and, located the ball and went up and got it.
So Trigg intercepts the ball and return it to the Tiger, to the Trigg 30-yard line. They begin a drive. Tigers have a 15-yard penalty after an incompletion. Some of those flags a couple times came late last night, so we don't know what was whether it was a verbal something we did or late hit or what. But on this drive, we had a pass interference penalty called on us. So Trigg comes out and takes it. They finally go the final 64 yards on 3 pass plays. Jordan got hot in this particular segment of the game, and they score. Seister kicked the extra point. Again, Trigg not chasing 2 points at this time, but just hoping to get one, and the kid nailed it. Caldwell County 49-47. Tigers get the kickoff at the Tiger 36. Derek runs for 38 yards on the first carry, rips off an 8-yard run, followed by a penalty on Trigg County. And I think that was the spearing or helmet to helmet. And then so we're at the 9-yard line. Key drive here. We too early to start running out the clock. We were just wanting first downs here. So Derek goes the final 9 yards around right end. Excellent blocking, goes untouched into the end zone. Blake adds the extra point. We're up 56-47. Still a 2-possession game.
Right.
Breathing a little bit easier in the press box, I am, and I'm sure you were feeling a little bit.
I don't know. My wife asked me, I said, wonder what your blood pressure was last night. And I said, I'm sure it was way too high, I'm sure. I don't know if I ever breathed a sigh of relief until the final horn and we were up 2 points. It's just one of those types of games where, sometimes you can kind of get out there and get rolling and you're rolling. Yeah, that didn't happen last night. So, it was pretty wild over there. So
Trigg does not give up the ghost here. On their 7th possession of the second half, they get possession, start at their 36-yard line with 2 minutes and 41 seconds to play. We know they were going to put the ball in the air this whole drive, and they do go 64 yards in 7 plays, aided by 2 penalties on the Tigers, and I'm not sure what they were. I'd like to look at that drive again, but I think they got hanky happy there. Wanted to see a closer ball game, maybe. I don't know. I'm just musing out loud here. So they score from 6 yards out, and Seister again adds the extra point, makes the score still a 2-point game. Caldwell County 56, Trigg 54. And then on the next play, another scintillating onside kick that Trigg does, and I thought one of their players ran past the ball, and as we know, probably was intent on blocking a Caldwell County guy from coming and getting to the ball and recovering. We recover. Then we have a conference. I thought, well, they're not going to give it to Trigg, are they?
Yeah, that's scary. That's scary. Anytime you're having a referees conference, it's a pretty scary situation. Because
well, as the Whitehead came to the Trigg County side, the Trigg coach was doing something,
right?
But they jump offside and plow into our center, and penalty flags go down. But we hadn't put the ball.
I know. So you have two refs over there talking to 2 or 3 of their coaches, and we're snapping the ball trying to get ready, but there again, the umpire was there. I mean, should have had control of that deal and not allow that to happen, but it happened anyway.
And stuff like that, late it could get out of hand.
Oh yeah,
when you smash one of our guys, they're unsuspecting.
That's right.
So eventually, the refs, I guess, whatever beef Trigg County had, they get it resolved, and we we get the ball and we go in. At that time, we knew that they were down only one timeout. Mm-hmm. They were down, and that came after the first down. We're in our victory formation, and 2 more plays runs the clock out, and what a win, Wayne.
Oh, yeah, what a win. And that was probably the most positive thing that came out of this the situation last night is we did come away with the victory, and the kids made enough. We made enough plays to win this ball game. It looked like we weren't going to be able to make those plays, but we were able to and pull off another win.
And looking at some of the stats here, Derek, 22 carries last night, 292 yards, really outstanding game. We only had 2 players carry the ball last night. Russ, 8 carries for 39 yards, and the team on the 3 victory formations, we lose a yard on each. So the team a -3, we have 33 carries, 328 yards. Russ is 11 out of 16. 2 interceptions, throwing for 181 yards. By the way, Derek with 4 touchdowns rushing. Russ with 2 touchdowns rushing. Tripp 1 reception for 43 yards, and that goes to the house. Mm-hmm. Tate 2 catches for 23 yards, 1 of his to the end zone. Barron Wells 3 catches for 59 yards. Derek 2 for 26, and Logan 3 tough catches and runs for 30 yards. I think I caught a cold last night over in that cold press box.
You may have. Caught something over there.
Trigg County total offense last night, 588 yards. Caldwell County loses that stat. We have 509. We lose the time of possession game. Caldwell was 16 minutes, 47 seconds. Trigg 31-13. Turnovers, Caldwell with 2. Caldwell with 1 punt. Trigg with 3. We run 49 plays. Trigg runs 79 plays. We have 9 penalties for 81 yards, and they have 13 for 137. A lot of our penalties coming late in the third and fourth quarters. Looking at the tackles, Ben Holt, another outstanding game last night. 16 tackles, 3 tackles for loss. Russ, 10 tackles, 1 sack, 2 tackles for loss. Elijah Shaheen, 8 tackles, 1 sack on the quarterback in the first half. 4 tackles for loss. Tate Van Hoosier, 8 tackles. Jack Stevens had a nice game in the secondary. Put some for a little kid. He puts a lick on you.
Oh yeah, he don't mind to hit you.
Couple 3 nice tackles by Jack that we noticed from the booth. Mm-hmm. John Paredes, a nice game at the outside linebacker spot. 6 tackles. Travion, same in his position. Travion, 1 tackle for loss. Yeah. Drew Davis, 5. Max Kramer, 5. Drew with 2 tackles for loss. Max Kramer with 2 tackles for loss. Devin Kilgore, 5 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. Max Ashley, 4 tackles. Should have had a pass interception, but got rooked out of that one. Barron Wells, 3 tackles. Kenyon Richardson, 2 tackles, 1 a touchdown. Kickoff saving tackle. Aaron Hensley, 2 tackles. Riley Orange had a nice couple hits last night, 2 tackles on the kickoff coverage. And Michael Vickery, one tackle. This week we've got coming up, obviously, the getting ready for Murray. Mm-hmm. No injuries of any sort last night, Wayne.
We came out healthy, which is very, very good for us at this point. Getting ready to face Murray High again, and just a few weeks ago we played those guys, and that's just the nature of the beast of playing inter-district this year, the way it's set up. So we'll face those guys again, and we kind of know what they're going to do. They kind of know what we're going to do, and we'll line it up and kick it off, and play the first round of the playoffs game. It's going to be a home game, which is very important for us to be at home in the first round.
Apparently, we don't have to play against Hunter Utley from maybe a knee injury he suffered, or was that one of those?
I think he had an arm wrist injury. The Utley kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody told us in the box last night it was a knee injury.
The Jack is it Jackson? Jaden Jack was number one. I think he had a knee injury deal. I think he had some lingering deal going on, and I think he just decided to not finish out the season. I think he may have had surgery.
He was the one that rushed for over 100 yards and caught over 100 yard passes
the Jackson
against
kid.
us.
And I think the Utley kid, the quarterback, I believe he had an arm wrist injury go on. So, but there again, they have so many. Yeah, they have so many athletes, and I hadn't seen them on film yet with their changes in personnel or whatever they've done, but. I think they put 30-something points up last night against Fulton, so still able to score. So it's some changes. Anytime you lose a starter of those kids of that caliber, it's going to change things. Those kids being on the field and making the normal plays that they make. But there again, good teams like Murray, they have kids step up and get ready to play.
And after the game last night in the booth, we go over and give out 5 awards.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, the play of the game we announced on the radio was D'Eric, who was on his 81-yard touchdown run, and obviously his whole night in general. But on the way home, Dennis and I got to talking, and we've also added another kid to this list, and it's Blake Vibrett, 8 plays.
Oh, yeah.
He was involved in scoring points. So he was huge last night. As we said before he came in to start the show, special teams and extra point team wins the game for us.
Especially that PAT team with Gabe snapping it and Logan Smiley holding it. That old ball was cold last night, and Gabe's hands were cold. And, those kids, those are young kids, too.
You have to give credit to, the snapper
just 3 young kids.
All
those kids may be sophomores, maybe, all 3 of those kids, I think.
Couple snaps were high, and Logan
yes, they were.
pulled it down, put it down.
And a lot of times Coach may want to run and talk to those kids, and I didn't say a word to them. I don't think anybody said a word to them. You just kind of let them play it out and figure it out as they go. And that old ball was cold last night, and Gabe did the best he could. And some of those balls came out kind of weird looking, but there again, that's just part of it. And Smiley was able to get it down. And Blake. The thing about what Blake did was he never broke his routine. He didn't stutter step or wait. It was snap. I know I have to go and I have to kick. And that's what he did every time, and that's why he knocked them all through. And those 3 kids need to be commended.
And they weren't cheap extra points either. They were
no.
booming. I mean,
he knocked them now.
Boomed through there.
Oh, yeah.
So Blake and D'Eric share that award, the power line play. We're going to give it to Elijah Shaheen with 8 tackles and a sack on the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He was a force all night long, and he's only a sophomore.
Yeah, he's a sophomore.
So.
Right.
Future looked great for the Tigers. The big block, the H&R Block Award, we're going to give to Luke Stallings. He was instrumental in a lot of big plays coming around his side of the field.
Right.
A senior going out in great style, his last regular season game, not his last game as a senior, but a really outstanding night last night for him. Quick cut. I mean, who else we're going to give that to? Russ was a factor, but Russ on his carries seemingly didn't have to elude anybody.
Just
he had to see
get
him.
it and go score.
Right. Go run. But D'Eric was cutting back and juking and driving, and so he gets that one. And the catch of the game, we have to give it to Trip Branch on his little bobble and catch and taking it 43 yards to the end zone, which was a big play in that game at that time.
Big play at the time. We needed a big play.
So and right now I want to say hello to Coach Earl. He's just made it down, just getting out of bed, Earl.
Yep.
Slept late, huh?
You get your extra hour in early today rather than tomorrow. Wayne, any final thoughts before we end the interview?
There again, just want to commend the fans and the community support. Come on out this Friday coming. It's going to be chilly. It's going to be first round of the playoffs, just like you want it. And we're at home, and we're expecting a big night.
We're out of time right now, and my thanks to Tiger head coach Wayne McGowan for taking time out to do this show. Now the regular season is over. The Tigers finishing with a sparkling 8-2 record. overcoming obstacles to reach this mark. Congratulations have to go to the players and the coaching staff for obviously exceeding expectations for this year. Now it's on to the playoffs with the Tigers playing host to the Murray High Tigers next Friday night at Tiger Stadium. We hope to see you there. For head coach Wayne McGowan, Coach Earl, and my engineer here in the studio, John Miller, this is Bob Hayes, and we hope to see you next Friday night at Tiger Stadium, beginning the playoff run. So long, everyone.
You've been listening to the Saturday Morning Quarterback Show with your host, Bob Hayes, and producer, John Miller. You can watch the Quarterback Show again at WPKYOnline.com. For more news about Caldwell sports and sports from across the area, remember to go to yoursportsedge.com.
WPKY.
Mom, I think this doll I found in the attic is cursed.
No, its eyes are just very lifelike.
Then why does its head keep spinning?
Be my friend forever.
Oh, that is scary.
You know what's really scary? Missing out on Geico's easy-to-use mobile app. You can manage your Geico policy whenever, wherever.
Let's play with another doll. Or we can just bury it deep in the ground.
Happy Geico-ween. Download the industry-leading Geico app today.
You work hard and you play hard, and let's face it, sometimes it hurts. So stick it to the pain with the Tiger Balm Pain Relieving Patch. It's convenient to apply, and the hydrogel technology sends Tiger Balm's proven pain relief right to your aches and pains. It's soothing, safe, and long-lasting. Made from a blend of herbal ingredients, Tiger Balm is trusted pain relief for everyone. So whatever your age or lifestyle, roar back with Tiger Balm. It works where it hurts. Available at stores everywhere.
WPKY.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
A kind of chilly but otherwise beautiful fall day and forecast for today. Sunny with highs reaching near 51. Might still want to keep that jacket close at hand though, as it could be a little breezy today. Mostly clear tonight with overnight lows around 29, so well below freezing. Might want to grab a thicker coat if you're going to be out and about tonight. Sunshine on Sunday as well with highs reaching near 54. Clear overnight Sunday night with lows down around 35. Sunny with highs almost reaching near 60 on Monday. But again for today, sunny with highs near 51.
Your